Welcome to another episode of the Unexpected Detour, where in life detours are inevitable. Today's episode is one I never expected to record. Like so many of you, I have been following the tragic story of Nolan Xavier Wells. Before I go any further, I want to make something very clear. I am not a detective. I am not part of law enforcement, and I do not know what happened to Nolan. The investigation is ongoing, and I respect that process. Everything I share today is my personal opinion based on information that has been publicly reported. This episode is not about assigning guilt. It's not about spreading rumors. It's not about reaching conclusions before the evidence does. It's about something much bigger. It's about friendship. It's about responsibility. It's about accountability. And it's about the kind of people we are becoming. As I listened to the reports and watched the discussions surrounding this tragedy, I found myself asking questions, not because I believe I know the answers, but because I believe questions help us examine ourselves. Growing up, life was different. When my friends and I left the neighborhood together, we came back together. We knew where everyone was. If someone walked away, someone noticed. If someone was missing, everybody started looking. There were no cell phones, no social media, no location sharing. All we had was one another. And somehow we managed to be accountable for each other. Today, we can call someone instantly, we can send a text, we can share our location, we can post pictures in real time. Technology has changed almost everything. But one thing it should never change is our responsibility toward another human being. This is what has stayed on my heart as I followed the story. Not the rumors, not the accusations, not the opinions, responsibility. Because friendship isn't measured by the pictures we post together. Friendship isn't measured by how much fun we have together. Friendship is measured by what we do when something goes wrong. When someone needs help, do you help? When someone is in danger, do we act? When someone cannot help themselves, do we become their voice? Those are questions everyone should ask ourselves. One of the things I have learned through my own unexpected detour is this. Our character is rarely revealed during the easy seasons of life. Character is revealed during the difficult moments. It is revealed when we're under pressure. It is revealed when we're afraid. It is revealed when nobody is watching. Because doing the right thing isn't always about convenient. Sometimes it's uncomfortable. Sometimes it is frightening. Sometimes it comes with consequences. But doing the right thing is still the right thing. As adults, I believe we have a responsibility to teach accountability to our children. Somewhere along the way, accountability has become a word people avoid. We don't want our children to experience consequences. We don't want them to be uncomfortable. We don't want them to make mistakes. But shielding our children from accountability doesn't prepare them for life. It prepares them to run from responsibility. There's a difference between protecting our child and protecting poor decision. One builds character, the other delays it. Parents, grandparents, aunts, uncles, mentors. We all have a role to play. Teach our children that courage isn't just standing up to strangers. Sometimes courage means standing up to your own friends. Sometimes courage means saying, no, this isn't right. Sometimes courage means making a phone call that could save someone's life. Peer pressure has convinced too many young people that loyalty means silence. I disagree. Real loyalty doesn't hide the truth. Real loyalty protects life. If my friend is in danger, I don't worry about whether they'll be upset with me tomorrow. I worry about making sure they have a tomorrow. That is friendship. That is love. That is accountability. I also want to say something directly to our young people. Please hear my heart. Choose your friends carefully. Not everyone who laughs with you is your friend. Not everyone who travels with you values your life. Not everyone who calls themselves family will act like family when life becomes difficult. Pay attention to people's character before you trust them with your life. Find friends who celebrate your successes. Find friends who correct you when you're wrong. Find friends who pray for you. Find friends who protect you. And become that kind of friend to someone else. One of the hardest lessons life teaches is that every decision has consequences. Sometimes those consequences last a day, sometimes they last a lifetime. Almost everything in this world can be replaced. A phone can be replaced, a car can be replaced, money can be replaced, even possessions we treasure can equally be replaced. But one human life could never be replaced. As I close today's episode, my heart continues to pray for Nolan Xavier Wells' family. I pray for their strength. I pray for their peace. I pray for every investigator working this case that they are guided by the facts, by the evidence, and by integrity. I pray that the truth comes to light wherever it leads, because every family deserves answers and every life deserves dignity. Finally, I want to leave you with this thought. Every day we step outside our homes, we place our lives in the hands of other people. The people we drive beside, the people we work with, the people we call our friends. Let's become people other than others can trust. Let's become people who don't walk away when someone needs us. Let's become people who value truth over comfort, courage over fear, responsibility over excuses, and accountability over silence. Thank you for spending this time with me. If you decide to leave a comment, I ask you to do it respectfully. Let's allow the investigation to follow the evidence, avoid spreading rumors, and remember that this conversation is about much more than one case. It's about the kind of society we want to be. This has been the Unexpected Detour, where in life detours are inevitable.